A dramatic moment has unfolded in Zimbabwe's parliament. For months, supporters of Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3 have projected confidence as the controversial legislation moved through parliament. But now, a significant crack may have appeared. A member of parliament has reportedly broken ranks and publicly rejected provisions linked to extending President Emmerson Mnangagwa's political future. The development is raising an important question. Is this the beginning of wider resistance inside parliament, or is it simply an isolated act of defiance? Let's get into it.
As such, constitutional amendments must strengthen rather than weaken the safeguards public confidence in institutions. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, as I wrap up my introduction, allow me to quote the words from my SRC leader then. Pride always asks, is it popular? Greed always asks, is it beneficial? Fear always asks, is it safe? But, Honorable Speaker, the conscience always asks, is it right? As I proceed with my presentation, I'll be led by my conscience. Mr. Speaker said, as I listened with intent to Honorable Ziambi, who by the way is also from my province, I listened as he said the words that rang the same bell, and indeed the same bell as the jingles that we have been subjected to in the last 90 days. Mr. Speaker said, I will not take all the angles, but the majority of my presentation, I will talk to the notion that there is need for projects to be completed. And for projects to be completed, there is need for us to extend the term limit. Mr. Speaker said, I listened also carefully as the first presenter, Honorable Matema, came with a very sophisticated word of describing CAP 3 as a vector. As he described it as a vector, he said it's a quantity that is two things, direction and magnitude.
Order, honorable members, order. Take your seat when I say order. Can Honorable Mnangagwa please be heard in silence? Order. You may continue.
When Honorable Matema presented, he gave me indeed my eureka moment. I heard him speak of CAP 3 being akin to a vector. A vector, he started very well by saying it has two components, direction and magnitude. And indeed, this passes the test of science and engineering. Indeed, vectors have direction and they have magnitude. But as he proceeded, he then made a not so scientific postulation, Mr. Speaker said, saying what matters is the direction. The magnitude does not matter. Mr. Speaker said, as I present, I'm presenting it that the direction he speaks to is already specified in our Constitution. When the president is elected, when I'm elected...
Zimbabwe's constitutional debate has taken another unexpected turn after reports emerged that a member of parliament broke ranks during discussions surrounding Constitutional Amendment Bill No. 3, commonly known as CAB3. The legislator reportedly opposed aspects of the bill that critics claim could ultimately benefit President Emmerson Mnangagwa or influence Zimbabwe's future leadership landscape. The move immediately attracted attention because much of the political discussion surrounding CAB3 has focused on whether lawmakers would remain united behind the proposed amendments. Now, questions are beginning to emerge about whether that unity is starting to weaken. CAB3 has become one of the most debated pieces of legislation in recent Zimbabwean history. Supporters argue that the bill is a lawful constitutional reform designed to strengthen governance and improve the functioning of state institutions. They insist that constitutional amendments are a normal feature of democratic systems and should be judged according to their content rather than political speculation. From their perspective, Parliament is simply carrying out its constitutional responsibilities. Critics, however, continue to raise concerns. Many opposition figures, constitutional lawyers, civil society organizations, and political activists argue that some aspects of the bill could have far-reaching consequences. They fear that certain amendments may alter the balance of power within Zimbabwe's political system and affect future leadership arrangements. Because of those concerns, every parliamentary debate has become a closely watched political event. What makes this latest development particularly significant is that it involves resistance from within the legislative process itself. Political observers say that when lawmakers begin publicly questioning controversial legislation, it often signals growing unease behind the scenes. Whether that unease represents a broader trend remains unclear, but it has certainly added a new layer of intrigue to the CAB3 debate. The reported rejection has also energized critics of the bill. Many opponents believe it demonstrates that concerns about CAB3 are not limited to opposition parties or civil society groups. Instead, they argue that reservations about the bill are being expressed by individuals from different political backgrounds and perspectives. For critics, this strengthens their argument that the proposed amendments deserve greater scrutiny. Supporters of the bill, however, are unlikely to be alarmed by a single dissenting voice. They maintain that parliamentary debate is designed to accommodate different opinions and viewpoints. In their view, disagreement does not necessarily indicate a crisis. Instead, it demonstrates that democratic institutions are functioning as intended. Lawmakers debate, arguments are made, and ultimately Parliament decides. Yet the political significance of the moment cannot be ignored. The debate surrounding CAB3 is taking place against a backdrop of growing discussions about Zimbabwe's future leadership, constitutional limits, and the direction of national governance. As a result, even small developments can quickly become major political stories. This is why the reported decision by one MP to break ranks has generated so much attention. Many Zimbabweans are now watching closely to see what happens next. Will other lawmakers express similar concerns? Will support for the bill remain solid? Or could the debate become even more divisive as Parliament moves forward? Those questions remain unanswered. But one thing is becoming increasingly clear. The battle over CAB3 is far from settled, and every new development is shaping the national conversation. Political analysts say the coming days could be crucial. As lawmakers continue debating the legislation, pressure is likely to increase on both supporters and opponents. The outcome could influence not only the future of CAB3, but also broader debates about constitutional reform and political leadership in Zimbabwe. For now, one thing is certain. The first public break in support for the bill has given Zimbabweans something new to discuss. Whether it becomes the start of a larger political shift or remains an isolated act of opposition remains to be seen. But the debate is getting more intense, and the nation is watching. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think more MPs will oppose CAB3 as the debate continues? Should lawmakers vote according to party positions or according to their personal convictions? And do you believe constitutional amendments of this magnitude should be decided by Parliament alone? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more Zimbabwe and Africa news. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.